We're back. So introduce yourself in case someone didn't watch the last video.
Hello, I'm Elaine, and I'm Jenny's mother.
We don't use last names.
Oh, sorry. I'm Elaine, and I'm
We don't use your last name either.
My name is Elaine, and I'm Jenny's mother.
That's an introduction. So we did this before, and I've got some different questions. I have some subscribers that wanted some questions answered, and we are going to do our best to do that while I'm wearing a lovely t-shirt, as my mom kept everything that I ever made. Mm-hmm. You might see a couple more shirts pop up in this video that I made that Mom has kept as a museum to me.
Yes.
I mean, it's a museum to her children in this home. Okay, I had a question for you. And so my question is, can you explain to everybody, what do you understand autism to be?
You asked me this question last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just being different, a little bit different with how you think and how you perceive things, your reaction to them. And I did not know when she was living with me as a child and growing up that she was autistic. I judged everything by the way I thought and by the way I had acted when I grew up and the way I related with my parents.
So what are some of the things you think that as an autistic person that affect me on a daily basis?
Now?
Yeah.
People, situations, social situations, even the way things are set up, the way things are done, her reaction to everything that happens to her, really. I see it in her now, and I didn't know when she was younger because she reacted to things in a different way than I had reacted to things, so I didn't know why. I thought it was just because it was a different generation.
And my mood is very low today because, why? What did we do yesterday?
We had a yard sale, a community yard sale, and she worked really hard. I asked her to come here and help me with some things, and she did.
So it involved a lot of masking for me yesterday.
True, that's
true.
And
I think you didn't understand when I was a teenager how much that affected me. But do you understand now when I say that I'm just emotionally worn out due to masking, what that means for me?
Yes, I do. And now I realized that she was masking then, and she masks now. In fact, I asked her on the way home from the yard sale yesterday how she felt about it, and she told me she had masked all day. Mm-hmm. And I know that's got to be tough and got to be make you worn out when you mask all day and are not truly yourself.
In fact, wasn't I falling asleep in the chair early last night?
Yes.
We were trying to watch a show together.
Yes, she was. We were trying to watch something, and I couldn't keep her awake. I kept talking to her, thinking, are your eyes closed or are they open?
I was slap wore out, as they say. So I want to get to 3 subscriber questions that were submitted prior to us filming this. I don't know if there's more questions up there now, but I saw 3 questions, and I'm going to ask you their questions. Okay. And the first one comes from Zebra, not Horse. She has a wonderful channel that you should all go check out. I really love her videos. So she has the question, MJ asked, since your diagnosis, has your mother seen things about herself she never knew as a result of new knowledge and understanding you better? Like my teen years, do you see how it might have affected my relationships with peers? Like how it might have been influenced or...
Definitely, and also it affected your relationship with adults and your parents and your brother.
What do you notice about me more now that you know a diagnosis? Like when you're looking at me, you know, if we're going through situations, what are you thinking about how I might be experiencing things?
I'm trying to put myself in your place and how I know you feel about situations and wonder how you are doing because I know you're masking and what that's taken away from your strength and your energy, and how you feel about the reaction you're getting from the people that you're speaking to or reacting with.
Because it's a misconception that autistic people do not have empathy. What would you say about that?
I think you do sometimes. I mean, I know you do. It's just hard to see sometimes because you're just kind of casual about it. But I know she really does.
So, autistic people can experience what's called affective empathy, meaning that we may experience and feel what other people are feeling. We feel that emotion, even though we don't feel it, we're feeling what the other person is feeling.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, we have Lisa. Lisa's question was, looking back, was there one behavior or area that you would have been more patient with if you had the understanding of autism that you have today?
Probably the way you related to your parents and your friends, and even at school. Sometimes some of it I didn't understand. But yeah, I definitely would be more patient because I understand why you acted like you do now.
I think I just was caught up in whatever crowd was interested in me and spending time with me. And, I would get in trouble sometimes and, you would punish me for that. But had you known back then that I was autistic, maybe you would have warned me about who's a real friend.
Definitely. I could have given better advice if I had known she was autistic, because I was puzzled by some of her reactions and some of the friends she had and some of the things she did.
All right, and then there's one more question here.
Okay.
I probably won't say her name right, but she's been on my channel a long time. It's Katzenbekloft MF.
Okay.
So what is something you both have in common, and what's the biggest differences between us?
We are both very artistic.
For sure.
We love, we would go into flea markets and yard sales. She has always been creative. I worked at a newspaper office for years, and I have been doing her scrapbook. She doesn't know this, but I'm working on her scrapbook because she absolutely did say the right thing in the beginning. I have kept everything she ever did, and a lot of her clothes, because they were very sentimental to me. And I have noticed in her old schoolwork and her old papers, she loved to be creative in what she did, such as making her own magazines and doing things that were that she wanted to put out for people to enjoy. She always wanted to please people and people to be happy with what she did. So she takes after her mother a lot of that, and I did not realize because I saw things in her work that I had saved that I had forgotten she did. So I'm so glad I saved it. She made several magazines and helped her brother make magazines. I've done his scrapbook, and on that I have seen in there on the writing that this was scissored by Jenny or edited by Jenny, or something was by Jenny in his magazines. He was the same way.
So I always had to be doing something and creating.
She did, always was busy doing something. Even now when she comes to the house, sometimes I would just like her to sit down and talk to me, or rest up a little while. You've had a drive. And she immediately goes into something. Well, which closet can we clean out? What can we do with this stuff? We need to throw this away. She's just constantly going, and that has always kind of made me wonder why she's like that. Why can't she be like other people and just enjoy just spending time and talking and not have to be doing something all the time?
Because that's hard for me, the small talk. It's hard to have deep conversations. It's easier for me to get out of it by doing things, and then plus I find it to be things that are productive.
True.
It's things that need to be done. I'm only here 3-4 times a year. So I'm making a purpose out of my visit, but sometimes I don't realize maybe you just want to sit down and talk. And you have to let me know that. You have to tell me that you're tired. Can we sit and talk or just spend time together? If you don't tell me, I won't notice, probably.
That's true. That's a good answer, and you were right. She does like to be productive constantly.
Another Another one of my fabulous creations, saved for years and years at Mom's house. And look, it still fits. It still fits. So,
And I couldn't throw them away. I could not throw those things away she handmade.
to wrap up this interview, I just wanted to say that we're constantly learning more about each other and our relationship, and we've come a long way. Perhaps there's a way to go, but things are getting so much better, right?
Right.
I want you to comment down below and what you thought about this interview. Relate with anything about your relationship with your mother or parent. For you also, I want to say thank you for watching this video. What would you like to say?
Well, thank you for coming to visit me and for asking me to help you with your video. I watch them and I enjoy them.
Well, she's the only family member that watches my videos, I think, pretty much.
Please subscribe. She really appreciates everyone that watches and subscribes. Right down there.
Right down there.
Down there.
Well, I will see you in the next video, and bye.
Bye.
Each step unveils a silent tale of laughter shared and lessons learned. In every leaf and every trail, a piece of me in time returned. Through windows of the house I see reflections of a younger me, chasing fireflies barefoot in the grass, moments that forever last. In faded photos, stories cast of generations future past, where smiles bridge the years between, a timeless bond unseen serene, each soul's imprint, a guiding part of who I am and where I start. Their legacy in me they stay, creating who I am today.